Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekar. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us 100% truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000, the rest of the men, women, and children of the hopeful elect. I'm your brother Magan Shalamar. The title of this video is Esau is ashamed of who they actually are. The so-called white man is Esau, Edom, starting with the top banking families of the Edomites, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Murdochs, DuPonts, Oppenheimers, whose seeds go back to Esau. This video is showing you that they're trying to get away from the slavery. They're taking out the exhibits here in Philadelphia of anything resembling or talking about the slavery past. So this is a quick video. Fair use, not for monetary gain, but for educational purposes only. Fair use.
Developing right here and right now tonight on Independence Mall, a piece of Philadelphia history was removed this afternoon by the federal government. Crews dismantled plaques telling the stories of the 9 enslaved people who lived in the president's house and were owned by President George Washington. Last year, President Trump ordered National Park staff to flag any displays that might be seen as disparaging to America's past. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker says the city is conducting a legal review of this tonight. An attorney who advocated for those plaques in 2010 called the removal, quote, outrageous and blatantly racist.
The controversial removal of slavery exhibits in Old City. Earlier today, I want to show you what happened. Several plaques and markers depicting slavery were taken down from the president's house here. This is by Independence Historical Park, and this is believed to be the result of an executive order from last year in which President Trump told the Department of Interior to ensure that materials don't disparage Americans past or living. Well, the city of Philadelphia filed a lawsuit against the Secretary of the Interior, saying that the city had no notice about the removal of this, calling it arbitrary. Well, Congressman Brendan Boyle posted a statement tonight. He calls this very unacceptable. He says Philadelphia and the entire country deserve an honest accounting of our history, and this effort to hide it is wrong. We also got a statement from Philadelphia City Council President Kenyatta Johnson. He says removing the exhibits is an effort to whitewash American history. History cannot be erased simply because it is uncomfortable. Removing items from the president's house merely changes the landscape, not the historical record. Jackie and Fred, we'll send it back over to you for now. As Europe prepares.
This is Psalms chapter 10. Verse 1, it says, Why standest thou, O far off, Yahweh? O Yahweh, why hides thou thyself in the times of trouble? And the times that we're in now we're in Jacob's trouble. You see that the Esau Edom knows that their times are short, starting with the top elites. And so they're coming down fast with the digital ID, and everything pushing towards the micro C-hip that is going to come upon the whole human race, man, woman, and child, in this whole entire earth. That's have to get this chip in the right hand and the forehead in order to buy or sell. So this is the time we're in, and this devil is trying to slip away from taking responsibility of what he's done in the past, being the wicked on this earth. And being as though that America is a Babylon the Great, that whore that sits on the back of the beast, this place is going to burn. This place is going to become a lake of fire. And they are ashamed, and they don't want to associate themselves as being the Edomites. But they are the Edomites in here in America that runs America. And America is going to be destroyed. And it says, the wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And what they imagine is that they're going to have this new world order, that they're going to have everyone enslaved on earth as they can to become enslaved under that RFID chip. Verse 3 says, For the wicked boasteth of his heart desire, and blesseth the covetousness, whom the Lord Yahweh abhor. Right? Because they take what is not theirs. And that's all they've done on this earth. Yahweh Shah said, the thief comes in only to kill, to destroy, and to still destroy on this earth. So that's the so-called white man. That's what he's been doing ever since he's been in power. Nothing that he's gained was through democracy. Everything was through bloodshed and trickery. It says the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High Yahweh is not in all his thoughts, right? Because he's the wicked. He can't call upon the true name of Yahweh. He can't worship Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, because he's made the wicked. He's the vessel fitted to destruction. He's crooked. They say that America is in God we trust, but look at America. Everything that America does is not the way the Lord said to live. This land was founded on blood through the tribe of Gad and Issachar, and then Jake was brought over here. Judah was brought over here through blood, to build up this country as well, along with the other tribes. But yet and still, they want to hide from the history. They want to take that down because why? They ashamed. If they were not ashamed, why would he want to order all the slavery monuments to be taken down? Because they're trying to hide from who they truly is. They're the Edomites. It says, verse 5, his ways is always grievous. Thy judgments are far above all his sights. As for all his enemies, he's puffeth at them. Right? Because, Esau, Edom, America mainly thinks that they're the most powerful on this country, the most powerful country on this earth, which the Lord is going to show them that he's going to use Russia, he's going to use China and all their allies, and also use the allies of America to send ICBM missiles to destroy this place. But, America thinks that, she's so strong and, she has all the military might. But the Lord is just preparing her for that day of destruction, when this place will become that lake of fire. Verse 6 says, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's what Esau Edom feels. He feels as though he could do whatever, he wants to do. He can change the history. He can hide from his judgment, that Yahweh is not going to judge him for all the atrocities that they've done on this earth. But every last Edomite is going to go into slavery along with the other nations. And every last Edomite is going to be put to death after that 1,000 years of hardcore slavery that they're going to receive under the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. And then, by default, the Israelites is going to be over them. They're going to have their ass in hardcore slavery. They're going to get double from what they did to us. So imagine all the atrocities that they're trying to hide from, the slavery and being in chains, and Jefferson, what's his name? George Washington having his 9 slaves, whatnot. Imagine how he treated them. Stole their teeth and used their teeth to be, to put in his raggedy ass mouth. This is going to be double from what they did. We're gonna do to them. It says, verse 7 says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. And who is the poor on this earth? Is the Israelites, the so-called Negro, blacks, Latino, and Native American Indians. We're the poorest of all nations. We're on the bottom, He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And that's the trap that he set, on this earth, through his legislations. We're always continuously on the bottom. Through the system, we're systematically set up to fail in Esau's kingdom on earth. He crouches and humbled himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Right. And see, that's what they thinking, because the scripture that says that the judgment for so long I'm messing it up, but because the judgment doesn't come as quickly. They think that Yahweh hasn't paid attention to all the evil that they have done on this earth. But they killed Yahweh Shah. The Romans killed Yahweh Shah 2,000 years ago. That's only 2 days. That's only been 2 days. And Yahweh Shah said that he was ready to destroy the earth then when he was on this earth, but he said he had a baptism to be baptized with. He knew he had to come and die on that cross before he can come and destroy this place with fire. And see, he's ready to return. And so we're in this time now where we're at the end, where we can see the MOTB coming out. We can see the writing on the wall where they crash in the system. When I say they, I'm talking about the small hats, the top banking families of all the entire earth. The CBDC. They crashing this dollar and they pushing towards that new world order, which is going digital, and it's going to lead into that RFID chip. So, it says, he has said in his heart, the Most High had forgotten, he hideth his face, and he will never see it. He sees everything. But the Lord said that he's been waiting. He's just been waiting for this. He's waiting for that day to where he tells Yahweh Shah to come and handle his business. To go ahead and destroy this place. That's all we're waiting for. That's what we're patiently waiting on Yahweh Shah to return. Because I'm sick of this place. I'm sick of America. I don't give a damn about them taking down the slavery photo. They can take down every slave photo they want to, but the angels have made a record of it. Yahweh knows every record of everything. His eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he's seen and he saw everything. It says, "Arise, O Yahweh, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble." And who is the humble on the earth is talking about the Israelites, beginning with the elects. Because that's who's going to be saved when the missiles start flying. It's only the elect is going to be saved, man. The 2/3 of Israel is going to be put to death, along with the wicked. That's all who's going to be saved over here in America. Is only the elect. So that's why it's very important, for like these camps not teaching the RFID chip is the marker, is MOTB. They're not teaching that. They're going off, and it's time to be, if you're a part of the elect, to wake up out of that slumber, man, because it's obviously the micro C hip, and any day now they can come out with that chip at any time. Hopefully this year, the hopeful year, of Yahweh Shah return. Like yesterday, it's the hopeful year. We're praying for his return, man. But we know this is Jacob's trouble, and there's things that's going to happen first, as far as it's going to get a whole lot worse than what it is now. Just him taking down the slavery sign, that's nothing. That nobody gonna get upset about that. This is his kingdom. This is Esau's kingdom. Let him do what he do. This is his kingdom. He's in his heaven right now. The best is gonna get for him. It says, "Wherefore doth the wicked contempt the Most High? He has said in his heart, thou wilt not require it, but he will. He will require of it. He will. Through Yahweh Shah, he's going to require it." So with that, I pray you was edified, call halal Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shah, B'Shem Kadash. That belongs to the elder apostle Greg Millstone. Shalom.